Good morning, dear students. In this video you are going to learn the third part of the story, the tsunami. In the previous video class you studied the first and second part of the story. In this part you will learn that animals have sixth sense, because in the tsunami of 2004 it was reported that less animals died and around 1,50,000 people died. Now let us read the story. Please take your textbook and see the page number 29. You can see a picture. When do you think this picture was taken? You can think that this picture was taken after the tsunami's destruction. Right? You can see a boy is sitting with his pet dog very sadly. You can also see the ruined huts in the beach, and also you can see a calm and blue sea after the tsunami. Now let us read the passage. Before the giant waves slammed, please underline the word slammed. Slammed means banged or to shut with a sudden force into the coast in India and Sri Lanka. Wild and domestic animals seemed to know what was about to happen. They fled to safety, according to eyewitness accounts. Elephants screamed and ran for higher ground. Dogs refused. Refused means rejected to go outdoors. Flamingos here means a type of birds. Abandoned, underline the word abandoned. Abandoned means avoided the low-lying breeding areas, and zoo animals rushed into their shelters and could not be enticed. Please underline the word enticed. Enticed meaning attracted to come back out. Before the tsunami was going to hit, both the wild and domestic animals, they could sense what was going to happen in India and Sri Lanka. They ran for safety places, and even animals, they could sense, and they started screaming, they cried, and they ran for the higher ground for saving from the tsunami. So this is quite interesting that animals, they could sense the dangerous earthquake under the sea, so that they ran for the safety places. On that particular day, even dogs refused to go out of the house. Even flamingos, birds, they avoided coming to low-lying breeding areas. Zoo animals, they rushed into their shelters. Even though the visitors, they were giving them eatable things, they were not attracted to them, because they could sense on that particular day something dangerous was going to happen. Right? Next. Many people believe that animals possess means possess a sixth sense and know when the earth is going to shake. Some experts believe that animals' more acute hearing helps them to hear or feel the earth's vibration. They can sense an approaching disaster long before humans realize what is going on. And here some experts, they are saying that animals, they have good acute sense. They can hear the vibrations, the earthquake vibrations, and they could sense the natural disasters before humans understand, humans realize. Right? We cannot be sure whether animals have a sixth sense or not. But the fact is that the giant waves that rolled through the Indian Ocean killed more than 150,000 people in a dozen countries, but not many animals have been reported dead. See, this is quite interesting because in the tsunami of 2004, it is believed that animals, they have sixth sense. But we are not sure, 100% sure whether they have what sixth sense or not. It is also 100% unsure that they are not having sixth sense. But it is believed that in the tsunami of 2004, only less animals died and 150,000 people died in the tsunami. And you can imagine, you can think how the animals are clever. They have very good acute sense. They could feel and understand the vibrations of the earth. Along India's Cuddalore coast, where thousands of people perished. Please underline the word perished, meaning died. Buffaloes, goats and dogs were found unarmed. The Yala National Park in Sri Lanka is home to a variety of animals, including elephants, leopards and 130 species of birds. 60 visitors were washed away from the Patanangala beach inside the park. But no animal carcasses, please underline the word carcasses, meaning dead bodies, were found except for 2 water buffaloes. About an hour before the tsunami hit, people at Yala National Park had observed 3 elephants running away from the Patanangala beach. In this passage, you can clearly understand that animals, they are having sixth sense. In Sri Lanka, Yala National Park, there were 60 visitors. They went for seeing the animals. They were washed away in the water. They were killed by that giant tsunami. But at the same time, except 2 water buffaloes, other animals such as goats, buffaloes, dogs and 130 species of birds, leopards, elephants, they were saved by themselves. That means just before an hour, the tsunami was going to happen. They could sense the danger and they went for the safety places. But 60 people, they were died. Only 2 animals, water buffaloes, died. This is the clear evidence here in the tsunami of 2004. A gentleman who lives on the coast near Gully said his 2 dogs would not go for their daily run on the beach. They are usually excited to go on this outing. He said, "Dear students, please note there is quotation mark. That means you can see here direct speech. You know what is direct and indirect speech. You learned in the previous class. If not, we will learn in the next grammar class. Okay? But on that day, they refused to go and most probably saved his life. Here, a Sri Lankan gentleman, he was living near the sea. On that particular day, his 2 dogs refused to go out of the house. They were used to go for the daily run on the beach. But in that particular day, his dogs refused to come out of the house. It was his lucky also. If he had visited the beach with his 2 dogs, he and his 2 dogs might have died in the tsunami, right? So, because of his 2 dogs, animals, he was saved from the tsunami by his dogs. So here you can understand his two dogs, they could sense, they could understand what was happening on that particular day. They might have felt the vibrations of the earthquake under the sea, like that so that they rejected to go out of the house. And this gentleman, he was saved his life by his two dogs. And here in this story you learn that animals, they have sixth sense, because it is proven in the tsunami of 2004 that only less animals died in the tsunami, but 150,000 people, they died in the tsunami. This is what you learn. So we have completed chapter 2 also. In the coming video, I will explain the questions and answers of this story, of this lesson. Before that, I give you homework. Please see the page number 30, comprehension check. Answer using a phrase or a sentence. There are 4 questions. You can read and find the answers. Okay, dear students? Okay, thank you. Thank you for watching the video.